Alright, we got a Honda in the shop and it needs a new VTEC gasket. Or is that a strainer? Or a filter? I don't know. Let's go change something. This is what we're working on today. A 1999 Honda Accord. This one has a J-Series V6. It's a 3.0 liter VTEC. Now this job requires us to pull the front wheel off. So we're going to need the vehicle up in the air. You can see I already have this one lifted up because I was doing some other work. But step one is going to be chock the rear wheels, both sides. Alright, to get the vehicle up in the air, we need to jack it up with a jack. So looking from the front of the vehicle where the license plate would be, we come under here, and right here, that's our designated lift spot for a jack. So we can put our jack right here and lift the whole front end of the vehicle up. And then we put jack stands. We're going to put one right there, and we'll put one right there. We don't want to get under a vehicle without jack stands. And the jack stands go on these reinforced brackets, so we can see this one here, and of course there's one on the other side, and that's where the jack stands go. Alright, using the little Milwaukee with the 19mm socket, we'll see if it pulls these off. No, she can't do it. Alright, we got to get behind this plastic cover, so we got to get it out of our way. So we got a few clips we got to deal with. I know there's one like right up here and one here, and I'm sure we have some down here we got to get. We just got to get this down out of our way enough so we can work right here. We'll get this one first. Alright, looking up underneath. Got to get this one too. It'll be the same or very similar. Well, that was easy. We just use this. Alright, so at least that's loose now. Alright, so we got that one. We got that one. There should be one right here. We can see that that one's loose. Now we could keep going. The next one would be over here that kind of holds this in. So, I mean, we could try to pop this one out. It's not looking very nice, but we could probably leave this one in place, but seeing as I'm here, we'll take it out. Alright, that should be enough for now. Alright, now we should be able to just kind of pull this thing out of here. And we just want it down and kind of out of our way. I'll probably just pin it back over here because we're going to lose some oil when we pull this off. And so that we don't make a mess, I want to at least have enough room to put a catch pan down here. But yeah, if I just kind of let it go, it wants to pop back in my way. So I'll probably just pin it over a little bit. Okay, I'm under the vehicle. We're just going to take a bungee cord, and I think we'll go right here and pin this over. Alright, that'll keep it out of our way. Okay, now that we got things out of the way, we can look at what we're trying to get out. So this right here, that's what we're trying to remove. Now we could remove our oil filter, but we'll leave it on. But you could take it off if you want to. Not a bad time to go ahead and change the oil. But we got to get this assembly off right here. And Honda has a lot of names for this thing. If you look up the parts, it's going to be called a spool valve assembly. If you look up service data, it's going to be called a VTEC solenoid valve and oil filter assembly. So whatever you want to call it, we need to get this thing off. And just for the rest of the parts, this little guy right here, that's our VTEC oil pressure switch, and next to it right here, that's going to be our VTEC solenoid valve. So now we'll go ahead and disconnect our oil pressure switch. I'll see if I can do it with you guys in the way. I might have to move you. Come on. There we go. Just squeeze the tab and pull it off. Okay, now we need to unplug our VTEC solenoid. You can see this is the wire to it right here, and it's kind of going around stuff, but this is it right here. At least it should be. Can't really see with you guys in the way. We're going to press this tab down and then try to pull this whole thing down. I don't know if I can do it. You guys are right in my way. No, let me try the other hand. Alright, so I just squeezed the tab and slid it down off this bracket. So it just comes down off the bracket. Now I need to reach up there and squeeze the tab and disconnect the two halves. Yeah, there's no way you're going to go up there with me. They can be a pain. Now, disconnecting this thing can be a pain, and sometimes you might not be able to get it disconnected. So if that's the case, just disconnect our VTEC solenoid. So there's a bolt right here and a bolt right here. You can just pull the bolts out, leave the solenoid up here, and pull everything else out, and just leave that in place. All right, now to get our spool valve assembly out, we got to pull 3 bolts. That one right there, that one right there, and that one right there. I put a drain pan down there so we don't make a mess. All right, we'll just zip these bolts out. 12 millimeter socket. Maybe not. Those things are on there. All right, we'll knock these loose the old-fashioned way with a socket. 12 millimeter. Alright, there's one loose. Oh, that's tight. I don't like it. Ooh, yeah, that was pretty tight. That one's going to be longer. All right, let's see if it'll come out. No, she's stuck on there pretty good. There we go. She popped free. All right, now the oil filter is full of oil, so I'll just try to dump some of that out. So you definitely want to recheck the oil level if you're not changing the oil. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of brake cleaner and a rag, and I'm just going to clean things up, make it look a little better. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but this gasket, pretty darn flat. It wasn't doing much sealing anymore. I'm going to take a pick, we'll see if we can't pick this thing out. It's in there pretty good without poking a hole in our finger. There we go. Now we got it moving. Nope, not good enough. There. That's a bit stiff. Alright, we're going to go ahead and remove our VTEC solenoid, so we'll have to pull these 2 bolts off using a 10 millimeter socket. I'm just going to use a little impact. There's one. And there's the second one. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to just take it off, and there we go. And that one looks pretty flat also. And we'll do the same thing. We'll take a pick. We'll go right into our rubber and just try to pick it out. This way we don't damage the mating surface by just picking it right in the middle like that. We're not going at the edge, we're not going underneath, and hopefully, if we did it right, we won't create any leaks that weren't there. But yeah, this one was pretty much done also. We want to make sure that that moves freely. I went ahead and mounted this in the vise. Actually, it's not really mounted. We're not even tight. But I just kind of set it in there. I have the protective jaws. We don't want to damage the mating surface or clamp on it and do any damage. But I just have it held in place so that we can break our VTEC oil pressure switch loose. Alright, using a 22mm socket. We'll see if I can break this loose without doing any damage. There we go. And now we can take this off. And we'll be replacing this O-ring also. Alright, now I cleaned up that mating surface right on the inside there, and I cleaned up the mating surface here for our VTEC oil pressure switch, and we're going to install a brand new O-ring. So there's your part number for this. So all we have to do, we just set our O-ring in place like that and then get this threaded on. And these are 16 foot-pounds. Or 16.3. Now, seeing as we already have it clamped and it's cleaned up, as clean as it's gonna be, we'll go ahead and install our VTEC solenoid gasket. So there's the part number for this. That's what it looks like. So we'll just install it right there and then bolt it on. These two bolts are 8.7 foot-pounds right there. So we'll be using a 1/4-inch torque wrench. If you're curious, that would be 104.4 inch-pounds or 11.8 Newton meters if you're into that. So we will be doing 8.7 foot-pounds. Or 8.8. Alright, now I'll do one final cleanup of this mating surface and then we'll install our gasket. Or is it filter? I don't know, but we're going to install something here. Alright, I got this cleaned up, ready for our new gasket. There is our part number. Honda likes to call it a spool filter, but that's what it looks like. Everybody else would probably call it a VTEC gasket. Okay, if you remember how it came out, just like that, our screen, or filter as they call it, goes down in there like that. I don't think you can really put this in backwards, but that's how it goes. And the OEM gaskets have little tabs to hold it in place, which is kind of nice. Alright, with our new gasket in place, trying not to ding it up. We'll put it up in here into place and then try to get our bolts started. Remember, this is the longer one right here. I did clean the bolts up a little bit on the wire wheel. I don't think I can get that one with just my fingers. hot rod. All right, we'll torque these down. They're 16 foot-pounds. 16.1. 16.0. And 16.2. Okay, we're going to try to reconnect this. I need a new glove. What do you think? Come on. Whoever thought that that was a good spot for a connector does not work on cars. Alright, now we'll go ahead and snap in the easy connector. Just make sure it clips in place, both of them. Alright, I pulled our bungee cord off so we can get our plastic back into place. Alright, we just gotta get all of our holes lined up. Alright, from under the car, let's see, I think this one went here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty certain it did. Oh, come on. Sometimes you have to reach in there and grab this second panel to pull it down so you can get it to lock in. And yeah, this clip was missing, right? We'll go ahead and fix that. And we'll get this last clip up here. And we'll double check our work. Make sure we didn't leave any tools behind. Everything's torqued down. I think we're good to go. Alright, let's get the wheel back on. And no sense in putting a new glove on now. We're almost done. And we'll torque our lug nuts down to 80 foot-pounds. And we won't forget our wheel chocks. I tell you what, tub of towels, these things work great for just cleaning up. I like using them a lot just to keep my hands clean whenever they get dirty, or my arms. And no, Tub of Towels is not a sponsor. They're not giving me any money to say this. But hey, if they want to. Alright, we're going to fire up the vehicle. I'm going to let it run for a couple minutes. First thing I want to see is that oil light on the dash. I want to see that go out. And then we'll come out. We'll look underneath, make sure we don't have any oil pouring out. Alright, car's on. Oil light's out. That's good. And we don't have any oil pouring out. That's a good sign too. Alright, it's been a few minutes. Let's check the oil. And this oil was just freshly changed, which is why I didn't pull the oil filter off. And can you see where it is? It's about right there. Maybe a quarter of a quart, maybe a third, So we could put a tiny bit more in there, but it would be okay even if we didn't, but we'll top it off. Alright, let's check it again. Well, hopefully you can see it's right up to that top dot. I mean, it's right at the bottom edge of that dot. I'm going to call that good. VTEC gasket, spool valve filter, whatever you want to call it. It's replaced on this J-Series V6. And as always, if the video helped you out, you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.